Hi, welcome to today's show. I'm attorney Sid Peddinti. I'm going to talk to you about how you can turn ideas into revenues in 6 steps. In today's video, we'll explore the 6 strategies that you can understand, install, and execute into your business right away. They'll help you give you direction, help you structure, help you organize your thoughts and ideas into a mechanized system that can help you earn revenue from it. So let's go ahead and get started. At this point in time, you can go ahead and pull up a piece of paper or open up a computer screen as we walk through the system. So, in any business, there's really 6 core and key critical strategies that operate the way you manage it, the way you grow your business, and the way your business operates profitably, right? The first system that you want to understand and install when you're thinking about transforming the idea, transforming the skill, transforming the knowledge and education that you have, perhaps some industry insights, into a revenue stream is to understand the business concept, right? The business model. How do you set up the foundation? Who do you target, right? What's your message? What price points can you sell at? At what stage are you breaking even, and at what stage are you profitable? So these are some of the things you'll want to figure out, and that's exactly what we're going to help you do. So the first strategy is, let's dive in here. The first strategy is your core business strategy. And as I said, it's your market, right? Who you're going to market to. And also think about the price points that you can market at. Think about the message that your idea or your education or your skill, as you transform it into a product or a service or into a business and a brand, what core problem are you solving? The other thing you want to think about are the mechanisms that you could use and deploy in your business to reach your ideal customers, right? So these are either virtual, in person, or some other mechanism. So these are the things you want to think about. Once you do that, I want you to focus your attention on the legal aspect of it. The second critical force, the second critical component that forms your core business foundation. In the legal strategies, I want you to consider the different risks and conflicts that may exist as you transform your idea into a revenue stream, into a product or service. Who are you serving to? So, once again, go back to the market and think about what problem are you solving, and in the course of your solution, what are the risks, what are the conflicts that are associated with that? Maybe from a liability standpoint, or maybe from protection of your ideas. I also want you to think about the intellectual property that you develop. And when I talk about intellectual property, I'm talking more broadly, not just about patents, but all the strategies that go into developing a trademark or a copyright or trade secrets. And once again, broadly said, these are really, if you break down the word intellectual property, it's property that you create as a matter from your intellect, which is your mind. So, realistically, anything you create in your business, whether it's a business aim, it's a concept, it's a mechanism, it's a specific process that you use to reach your clients, it's customer lists, vendor lists that you develop over time. Um, every single thing that you develop in your business could be intellectual property. It's certainly a business asset, and whether or not it's an intellectual property, well, it could be if you create it into it. The next thing I want you to think about is from an asset protection standpoint. As you start to develop your idea into a concept, into a system, into a business, you're going to have assets. And you need to protect these assets from all sides of the table, whether you're going to be dealing with clients, whether you're going to be dealing with customers, contractors, vendors, suppliers, consultants, strategists, marketers, coaches. These are parties that a lot of businesses deal with on a day-to-day basis. And protection of your intellectual property, protection of your assets, protection of your ideas need to get captured in these formats. And generally, these happen from the legal side, at least in contracts. Okay, so the first one, the business strategy, it's something that you're going to have to think about. In fact, in the course, we're going to help you walk through that and help you determine those things, those elements. And from a legal standpoint, it's capturing those elements in contracts and agreements. The next strategy is your marketing strategy, the marketing component of the whole business. How do you generate revenue? Right? What mechanisms are you going to deploy, integrate, and deploy in your business, be it social, digital, traditional media, print media, outdoor, billboard, inbound, outbound, or are you going to use a combination of all those factors and fuse them together where you have a consistent automated mechanism that drives revenue to your business consistently day after day, right? So it's the integration of these online, offline, inbound, and outbound channels that will help you walk through. So thus far, we've covered the way you're going to structure your idea and turn it into an organized framework using the business strategies. Next, we talked about how you can develop contracts to protect your ideas, to ensure that the revenue you generate, the ideas that you put out there, the people you talk to will not jeopardize what you've worked so hard for. Also, we've just talked about the marketing strategy, which is the mechanisms that you're going to deploy in spreading your message, your product or services to the clients that you're looking for, who are looking for you. At this moment, right now, there's thousands of people online looking up exactly what you have to sell. And it's a matter of finding out what those are, where they are, and finding an avenue through which you can publicize the goods or products or services that you have that solves those exact problems. Okay, so hopefully you're still with me here and working through this. The next strategy I want you to think about is technology. And really, technology is a mechanism, it's a tool, a set of tools that you're going to use to manage to operate your business. And as you start to automate your marketing, as you start to have these different legal contracts in place, as you start to pinpoint and refine your business strategy, technology plays a great part in helping you not only get more productive, efficient, but also much more profitable. And especially with the infusion of artificial intelligence, which is, as you probably know, one of the hottest fields, you can drastically improve the profitability of your bottom line using artificial intelligence to enhance efficiency, to enhance the refinement of your marketing campaigns, to get data which you can use positively in your business to refine the way you consistently attract, convert, and even deliver your products and services to your clients. Now that you have all this in place, I want you to think about branding, because all these strategies have one purpose, and as you see here, that is to create a brand. And when you think about your idea transforming into a revenue stream, I want you to think about excuse me, a brand rather than a business. As you start to develop different revenue streams, as you can see here on this little pie chart, as we knocked on the four different elements, your business, legal, and marketing and technology, right? How you set up your business, how you protect it, how you market it, and how you operate it. These form your core branding strategies. These are your brand. These are assets that you could use over and over again to develop different revenue streams, multiple revenue streams within the same business. And as you start to do that, as you start to get out there and build goodwill, build reputation, build trustworthiness in the community, you start to develop a brand. And when I talk about branding, I want you to think about two, three specific aspects of it. Number one, how do you stand out from competitors? Number two, I want you to think about intellectual property. Again, copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets, right? Things that you possess that you like to control, that you can possibly control, to a certain extent at least, the way your competitors act in the marketplace. And when I talk about branding, again, as you develop a system to market your idea, to pinpoint clients, to attract them, to convert them, to deliver to them, and to scale your business, these form your unique selling point. These are your trade secrets, the proprietary know-hows that you've developed over time that you can protect from competitors, from copycats, from employees who might quit and perhaps even start a similar business. So these are strategies that you want to consider from an intellectual property standpoint, but from a broader aspect, from a branding standpoint. And lastly, the last technique or the last strategy, key component that we're talking about is your business expansion strategy. Now that you've figured out all five of these, so we have your business, you have your legal, you have your marketing, you have your technology, and you have your branding. How do you expand your business? How do you fuse these concepts together, right? So you have a mechanism that can be scaled, that is profitable, that can be automated so that it can run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without much input from your side or monitoring or maintenance. And lastly, that can be protected, right? As you expand your business, your reach, your availability, the people who know about you is going to increase. And so as you expand your business, you also want to think about, again, your intellectual property strategies that define the way you expand your business, whether it's through joint venture deals or partnerships, or perhaps creating courses and programs, or doing launches, right? Or, like I said, creating products and services. So these are all the strategies that fuse together to turn your idea into revenue, and these are exactly what we're going to talk about during the free consultation, during the workshops that we host, during the programs and courses. So let me go ahead and summarize this for you in a neater format. We have your business strategy, we have your, oops, let's get rid of that. We have your legal strategy. Okay, so here we have your market, we have your message, we have the mechanisms you're going to reach your market with. Lastly, we have your, let's call it the money map, right? The financial targets. From a legal standpoint, as a summary again, we have assets. How do you protect those? We have risks, and how do you mitigate those? And lastly, we have intellectual property. How do you monetize those? Then we have technology. And from a tech standpoint, again, we're looking at operations. We're looking at marketing. We're looking at automation. And we're also looking at artificial intelligence and the fusion of these concepts into your business, a small business, that from the inception you can have these strategies built in. Next, we're talking about the marketing strategies here, and specifically drawing attention to the infusion of Facebook with Google, with Twitter, with print advertising, radio, TV, and perhaps an affiliate, or as they call themselves now, the influencer model. And how do you use these concepts and strategies in your business to get your message out and find the people that you'd like to sell to, the A-grade clients that you can build a book of business off. Then we're going to we talked about branding, specifically from a trademark, copyright, and intellectual property perspective, controlling competitor behavior, marking your territory, if you want to call it that, right? Animals do this so that they ward off other competitors. Businesses do this by filing trademarks, by filing geographic copyrights, protection in a specific geographic area. And believe me, it's a lot cheaper and not as inexpensive than people think it is. As an intellectual property attorney, um, this is something I deal with on a day-to-day basis. And most entrepreneurs that walk in my door think that intellectual property applies to big firms, the big companies, and this could not be further from the truth, right? Companies like small companies, solo operational companies, shoestring operations as they call themselves sometimes, can also use these strategies to ward off competitors. It's this simple. If you're in business and you have a business name, well, that's a trademark, right? That's a trademarkable name. If you have any content, publications, if you have a website, if you have a biography, if you have anything about you, your business, or any written, expressed, digital, magnetic, visual, audio form that explains about your business or idea, well, that could be copyrighted. Okay? And lastly, we have the expansion as I talked about. Here we're going to explore joint venture deals, strategic alliances, mergers, acquisitions, raising investor money, perhaps even digitizing a knowledge through courses, creating courses and programs that can be automated and sold behind the scenes without, with minimal effort on your part. So it's the transformation of your idea in phases, in steps, by working on different aspects of your business, by working on different aspects of your revenue generation system, or breaking it down into these 6 fundamental steps, is how you'll be able to transform your ideas, your skills, your knowledge into a business, into a revenue stream that can be consistent, that can generate money for you and your family month after month, that can be monetized in a variety of ways, from licensing deals to creating programs to selling services, perhaps doing consulting gigs, or maybe even speaking, right? There's multiple ways to monetize the knowledge that you have, but the first step is to transform that knowledge into intellectual property. And that's what this process is about. It's transforming an idea, giving it structure, giving it organization, giving it shape, giving it a mechanism to operate under, giving it a name to call it, right? Giving it a website, protecting those ideas and thoughts, right? Figuring out a way to stand out from competitors, and also controlling them so they don't steal your ideas. These are the mechanisms that we talk about during the intellectual property crash course, during the one-on-one consultation that I offer, during the brainstorming sessions that happen in my office here every single week. So once again, I invite you to go ahead and get in touch with us. I'd love to hear about your business idea, see if this is something that we can work on. We can install these 6 steps for you in an organized, mechanical, and systematic way that helps you think about the knowledge that you possess and transfer what's in your mind from your intellect and create property out of it. So hopefully this whole video and the illustrations that I provided for you have given you an idea of what intellectual property is and whether or not you actually can possess or own, or there's intellectual property contained in your mind, and it's a matter of transferring those into a mechanized system that can be branded, that can be advertised, that can generate revenue for you. So once again, I'm Sid Peddinti. I'm the intellectual property attorney here, hosting the Turn Your Ideas into Revenue workshops. I welcome you to go ahead and get in touch with us by sending us an email, giving us a call directly. You'll find a number on the website here or on the page, or filling out the form if you'd like to get more information. I've attached a 6-step, 6-point business assessment form that talks about these 6 core strategies in more detail. If you'd like me to give you a free consultation and give you a little bit of insight and point you in the right direction in terms of transforming your ideas and your thoughts and knowledge into a revenue stream, I encourage you to go ahead and fill out the 6-point business assessment form. You'll find the link on this page. Fill it out in as much detail as possible, and go ahead and schedule the one-on-one consultation. Once you hit submit, you'll see my calendar up there. Go ahead and schedule it. If you'd like to come and visit me in my office in person, it's by appointment only. Feel free to reach out to us and we can schedule that. I hope to talk to you soon. I hope to hear about your business, and I can't wait to turn it into revenue for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.